Hello, gorgeous. You're listening to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over. On this podcast, we talk about everything from dating and relationships to personal development. We also speak very candidly about the F word, and by that, I mean failure. So grab a pen, tag a friend, and let's talk about it. All of it. Undergoing, overcoming, and simply trying to make it through. Something that I truly struggled with when I first started my personal growth journey and in the years before that was victim mentality. Victim mentality. And you guys know here on the Girlfriend's Guide on Mondays, we do Riddle Me This. So get ready for that compelling question to challenge and change you. And this week's question is, are you constantly seeking a villain? Do you need someone else to be at fault? See, when you have victim mentality, basically it's a thought process. It's a way of being in which you always see yourself as the victim, as someone who needs saving, as someone who's in trouble. These people really avoid taking responsibilities for their own actions, and they feel like people are not trustworthy. Someone's always out to get them, and that circumstances could be different had someone else done something differently. When someone is a professional victim, as I like to say, they rarely see where they could have made changes or where they could have done something differently, where their choices could have been different that would have changed the optics, that would have changed the game. Professional victims, they don't take responsibility for their problems. And when someone offers them a solution, instead of acting on that solution, they come up with a million different reasons why that won't work. They're often negative and pessimistic, and they're always looking for the bad, even when things are going great. Are you one of those people who's constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop? Are you still holding grudges from when you were in 8th grade or from 3 or 4 years ago? Are you constantly in a cycle where you do not have long-lasting friendships or relationships, or things just always seem to go wrong, but it's no fault of yours? Because had this person done this differently, or had this person not said this, or had anything gone any other way, things would be different. Those are all cues, sis, that you might be a victim, like a professional victim. It's time that we start considering the ways that we impact our life. That's why I became the main character coach, because when you become the main character of your life, you take charge of your narrative. You declare, I am the problem. Because yes, all of these things have happened to me, or as I like to say, they happened for me, but the common denominator here was Kayla. Kayla's thought processes, the way that Kayla behaved, the choices that Kayla made, Kayla. And so I want you to think for a second, sis, what choices have you made? What words have you said that you didn't necessarily really mean? How could you have done better in your last relationship? How could you have communicated greater with your last ex-best friend? Right? It is time that we start taking radical responsibility for our actions, for our future. We get to make a change. But that's impossible if you are constantly living in a state of victimhood. Now, I know this, once again, I'm like back at your throat and you're like, Kayla, it's more tough love. But when you acknowledge that you are the problem, you also get to acknowledge that you are the solution. And what a powerful place to be in, to be your own solution. And so I'm challenging you, if you've been holding a grudge for a while, if you haven't been speaking up and expressing your needs, if you feel like everybody is out to get you and everything is just falling apart and nothing ever goes right for you and everything is always, why does this happen to me? I want you to challenge yourself to say, what is happening for me? What choices could I have made differently? How could I have communicated more effectively? What could I do in this situation to turn things around? We get to stop wallowing in slop And we get to start making new choices for brighter futures, and we get to start doing that right now. If you have loved this episode, if it has challenged you, if I have stepped all over your toes, be like, ouch, Kayla, shout me out in the DMs, screenshot this, throw it in your stories. But I'm ready for you to start transforming your life. You deserve peace, prosperity, and happiness. And the only way to do that is to take responsibility. I love you guys, and we'll chat in the next one.